Shall I start?
No. Yeah, it's nice. You're so eager. We love that. So she has a beautiful presentation. We already had a small sneak preview of it. But first of all, I would really like to welcome everyone to this color talk of ICA-Belgium. What is ICA-Belgium about? As you can see behind me, it's making the bridges between all the disciplines who are working with color, like science, art, design, education, and industry. And we try to build bridges between them in a very small way, like Color Talk symposia. On this behalf, I would really like to welcome June. She will be introduced shortly. Welcome, June. Also, very great thank you for all our members who are there for supporting ICA-Belgium, so we can keep on going on with our color talks and other nice things we are planning for next year. And I want to welcome also all the other visitors and like to invite you to become a member. It's just a very small amount to become a member, but it helps us to keep ICA-Belgium at flow. So we are already past some time, so I will hand over the microphone to Maya now.
Yeah. Thanks, Janet. Good morning, everyone, or hello and welcome. I'm very happy to introduce to you June Mineyama Smithson, a London-based artist and graphic designer on a mission to spread optimism through color. She's a lecturer at University of the Arts London, D&AD and Colour and Design Awards judge, and speaker at Design London, Birmingham Design Festival, and Design Manchester. Her work has been featured internationally on ITV, Creative Boom, Cabaret Niseko, South China Morning Post, and Design Milk. June, welcome, and the screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good morning if you're in Europe. Good evening if you're in Asia. Let me start my presentation and introduce myself. So as Maya mentioned, I am an artist, graphic designer, and lecturer as well. And I do digital installation like this. This was a commission from Coventry in the UK. And I also do print and private commissions. And also NFT. This was an NFT installation project in London called Vision with their boutique glasses company in London. Also, this is the my work for Cow Parade in Niseko, Japan, and this cow, this pink cow, manhole cow, was auctioned off for good cause, so that was a fun project. I also do murals. In the later presentation, you'll see my mural project. I'll talk about it more, but it's going to pop up soon in San Francisco. Sorry, my screen got stuck for some reason. Oh, and I would love to do more product collaboration. So if anyone here would like to collaborate, yeah, let's chat. I am also a lecturer at London College of Communication, and I teach postgraduate and MA students for graphic to be a graphic designer. It's a really rewarding job. We've just finished our show, such a rewarding job, and I'm really enjoying so much. But I do all of these things with one mission in mind, which is to spread optimism. And the idea optimism stemmed through my childhood. So my childhood looked like this. So I grew up in Tokyo throughout the groovy 70s and bright colored 80s. And my mom's blouse was really lovely geometric patterned, and Hitachi battery really looked like this, really groovy colors. Even TV backdrop was bright colored, lovely patterns. And my favorite thing, first thing in the morning, is eat rice in my Hello Kitty rice bowl. My favorite thing to do as a little girl was to go to a bus stop nearby and said hello to everyone who was getting off the bus. And some people just ignored me, but some people said hello back with a smile. And even just a little girl, when someone said hello back, well, konnichiwa in Japanese, with big smile, I felt so happy. I felt happy that I actually had the power to delight people just with the simple action, like just saying hello. So that was that's why I made my mission to spread optimism. But as I grew up, I had a bit wider view of the world, and nowadays I think the world would be a better place if we collectively feel more optimistic. I'll talk optimism a lot, and the idea of optimism is not happy, lofty idea, but rather it's a belief that even if you're not at where you want to be, it's a belief that you can get to a better place. And if we collectively believe that, I think we can make the world a better place. But that starts with individuals' well-being. So you've probably all seen this before, but this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But in the context of optimism, if we so we need to feel physiologically safe first. So food, sleep, shelter. Then the second tier is safety. We need to feel healthy, and we need to know the paycheck is coming and we're safe financially. But this health part, of course, includes mental health. And only when our body and mind are satisfied, we can develop a vision to tackle bigger tasks like creativity, humor, and also like tackling environmental issues and so on. So I really, really believe that we have to look after ourselves first, then we can worry about the world. So that's why I want to spread optimism, because it's a belief system that we can get to a better place. So with that in mind, I would like to share a few projects. And this is the ITV, sorry, let me just close my chat box. This is the ITV project I did when in the high, we're still in lockdown, semi-lockdown, I guess. So ITV commissioned me and told me that so this year's theme is collaboration, and you can give us a list of your dream collaborator and we'll find them. And I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. So I said I would like to either collaborate with either sociologist, psychologist, or neuroscientist to combine my art and their science to create optimism. And as if by magic, they found Dr. Taraswat, who is an amazing neuroscientist. And I started to chat to her and asked lots of questions in order to find this optimism. You know, I wanted to find out, is there like specific colors or motion that induce optimistic feelings? So in order to find that, I asked her lots of questions, like, why are we attracted to the sun and light? And she said, it's when we look at the sun, we produce vitamin D in our body, and in our brain, we get vitamin D produces, no, not oxytocin, dopamine. I can't remember. Anyway, it produces a happy hormone in our brain when we look at the sun, and the color of orange, yellow hues. And why is Tetris so satisfying? What's happening in our brain? Also, why do we like characters with large eyes and baby animals? And she explained this one, saying that we all like baby animals and characters like Pikachu, because we have this oxytocin, which is the connection love hormone that make us want to look after little ones. So that's why we're attracted and feel fuzzy feelings to these characters. And why does Bridget Riley art boost my mood? I'll skip through. And yeah, actually, she explained it's all to do with happy hormones in our brain. So she had this amazing, great acronym, DOS, which is dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. So she said, if we can, if we can find a way to induce these hormones, we can indeed create something to make people happy, which is our goal, to get optimism. And she also told me this wonderful thing called neuroplasticity. It's incredible power of the brain to grow and expand. So you probably all heard that your brain is fixed at the age of 1, 3, 5, or whatever, and you know, that's it. If you, as if your mother didn't listen to Mozart when you were in her tummy, you're doomed. She told me that's not true at all. even at the age of 50 or 100, brain is really malleable, and it's got the ability to grow and learn infinitely. And I thought myself, okay, yeah, great. She gave me all these amazing information, and as an artist, it's such pressure to create something great, you know, given such amazing materials. What would I do? And I lived with a bit of panic and imposter syndrome for a while. Then come up with solutions. But you know, creativity often works like that. You never come up with something great. It's the incubation period. It's that kind of uncomfortable period produce good creative, I believe. And I started to think that so if we consider our brain as internal mirror, and that internal mirror that reflects external world, maybe we can create something optimistic. So I was thinking physical and digital, and using this technology called extended reality. And this is what we came up with together. So it's a mirror finished logo, ITV logo. Then we created motion graphics, LED screen. So it's walls and floor playing motion graphics that induce optimism. And this is what we created. This is the sequence. So this is the part you feel the connection and oxytocin. And the idea is that every viewing you get a shot of optimism. And this was aired through a whole month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. So that was a great project. I can't play this video because there's no sound, but I will put that in the chat soon, later. Okay, next project is a collaboration project. I really believe in great creativity through collaboration. And this was a project that attempts to promote mental health, mental well-being with shapes and colors. So I collaborated with Justin Fox, the color expert, and Buzz Granger, landscape designer, award-winning gardener, to promote well-being in urban environment. And so we all pitched in different ideas, and my idea was that if we make this monks training activity called Kare-sansei, you've probably seen this dry garden before, but this is actually part of Zen monks training to clear the mind by making this cosmo and water without water. So Kare-sansei literally means dry water mountain. So you're creating the water flow without using water. And this is an alpha wave inducing active meditation. And I thought, why should we keep this wonderful activity to just monks? So why don't we make this accessible to everyone? And so that everyone can meditate through this activity in the city. Then Justine, the color expert, said, with the colors, we can employ activating colors, which you can see on the left-hand side, the purple shade, purple, blue, and green shade, balanced with a softer pastel shade, which you can see on left, for peacefulness and clarity and caringness. And that pale green in the middle to bridge all these colors. Then Buzz, the gardener, said, okay, so for this garden project, we can use pheromone releasing phenol. I never knew phenol releases pheromone, but apparently they do, and it's good for that for us. And silver birch removes CO2. And also, why don't we put some edible herbs to so that we can smell and possibly eat for mood boost? And we got together, and I started to create these patterns. So this is based on Justine's colors and my interpretation of dry garden, Japanese dry garden. So another Justine's colors combined with my patterns. Can you see the kind of feel of water flowing? And so this is more colorful version of the same idea, water flowing, but not just kind of, we want to create something tranquil, but fun at the same time. So it's not just kind of calm and quiet, but there's element of fun so that it's more accessible and relevant to everyone in the city. And there's some of that. And this is basically our collaboration put all together. So it's a collaborative garden concept to promote mental health. So you can see Buzz's plants, my patterns combined with Justine's colors, with this sand garden. So what we say sand, but it's actually, the concept is to use wilk shells so that it's even more gentle and environmentally friendly. And this is the render. You can see a bit more with Buzz's idea coming through here. Silver birch, edible plants. And you can just either sit there or you can rake the sand to create your own dry garden. So that's still in the concept stage, and we're looking for someone who can house this. But it's such a wonderful project to do between 3 three creatives from totally different disciplines. Okay, I think this is the last project I share. So this is the project I did with the early year education in San Francisco called ICA. So ICA provides quality education for 0 to 5 years old. And they're in San Francisco, and they look after as many as 500 families annually. And the brief was to create a mural that captures playful kids' energy by Californian Northern Shores. This was collaboration with Stitch Lane Studio in San Francisco. And I thought, oh, it's such a lovely brief to capture kids' crazy energy like this. Okay, I'm really up for this, and started to create loads of fun patterns like this. It's kind of celebrating kids' individuality as well as that, like, really unlimited energy. There's more of that, more individual vibe, and just energy flowing. Same here. And a bit more crazy, a bit more energetic there. And I thought these are all good way to capture kids' energy. But then clients said, they were all great, but we don't want to overstimulate our children. Okay. Then I thought to myself, you're quite right. There's probably a special place in hell where you have to deal with overstimulated kids forever like this. And I have a son myself, and that kids have amazing energy, but when they're overstimulated and tired, after that energy is this horrible, horrible world if you're not careful. So, okay, I thought, okay, I totally get you. Back to the drawing board. So let's still capture crazy kids' energy, but with a sense of calm, because I'm not going to be there day to day, but I do care about kids and their stuff, and I don't want to create hell for them. So I thought, okay, so we need to use soothing pastel tone, gentle round shapes, bit more white breathing space, so that to avoid overstimulation, but still fun. I don't want to make it too boring either, because, kids are fun. And this is what I came up with eventually, and client was happy with too. So yeah, a bit gentler, softer shade and shapes, and flowing shape as well, and most importantly, white space so that we can breathe and feel calm. And this is the mock-up, and this will be popping up soon in San Francisco this year. Okay, so this is kind of snapshot of my work, but if you want to learn more about how to find inspiration anytime, anywhere, and how to use design with shapes and color more. I have Domestika course here. So I have this bit.ly link, Domestika-June. It's an inexpensive course, very accessible. You don't have to be graphic designer to do this. Only you need is illustrator skill, very basic illustrator skill. So that's one way to learn with me. But if you're really serious about learning graphic design, colors and shapes with me, I am a lecturer at London College of Communication, and I teach full-time and part-time postgraduate course. And our application is still open for the start for October. So if anyone feeling spontaneous, come and join us. Okay, I would like to take questions if anyone have any.
Yeah, thank you, June, for such a nice presentation. It's really, I already feel better.
Good, yes. Optimism.
Optimism, yes. I think there was a question in the chat. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, there was Shinon asked if you can please review what the color palettes that you have chosen for the Japanese garden signify.
Oh, I see. Yes. So yeah, Justin chose this. She's a color specialist. Let me. Oh no. Let me go back. So it was. We started this project in pandemic. So
yeah,
we
right.
We definitely wanted a sense of calm and care to start with. So all these pastel palette, just caring and sense of calm, but we wanted something that is active as well. So that's why the left-hand side is bit dark, not darker, brighter, bolder. So purple is always kind of regal color, but also it's calm, and it's in between red and blue, so it's got a little bit of passion and a little bit of calmness, and the blue in the middle is kind of grounding blue. And yeah, actually Justin had found this research that by looking at water, you just by looking at the water makes you feel calm, and you feel more sense of centered yourself. So it's coming from that. And green is kind of resonating with Buzz's greenery. Okay, anyone have any more questions? I'll just define precise which color. Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, there was another one.
Yeah, how does Justin decide color, high energy colors, soft colors?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she is a applied color psychologist expert, so I think it's of her expertise. Yeah, she has her own website, Justine Fox. Let me just put that on. the chat. Oh, I can't seem to do it. Yeah, it's justinfox.com, I believe. I see a connection with the work of artist Inge Laurie, who makes colorful. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Inge Laurie. Yes, I really do admire his work. He is my kind of fellow London artist, and I see his work everywhere now. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there was Anali who also had a question how color sensitivity is perceived in individuals.
Color sensitivity. Oh, thank you, Maya.
That's a big question.
Yeah. The color sensitivity is in like photosensitivity, or what do you mean by that?
Anali, can you give some more details about your question?
Maybe you can put the speaker on.
Anali, are you still there? Maybe you unmute for a second, maybe put your video on if you want, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
But you can maybe signify your question a little bit more. Because what Ines said, it's a huge question, so
yeah,
you can go all directions there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in the meantime,
yeah. Anali puts it in the chat, but
yeah. Sensitivity is in like color sensitivity, or sensitivity to light, or color sensitivity opposite. Oh, as in the kids' sensitivity, like how kids are overstimulated. I guess is that what you're asking? If so, yeah. So I've been told that for kids, like little burst of bright colors and energetic patterns are great, but if they're in that environment for a long time, they get overstimulated, and that would result in meltdown. But even with adults, Marianne Shillington, who is the creative director at Dulux, the painting company, told me that if you're in a yellow room, you know, we associate yellow as really optimistic, happy color. But if you're in a room, a box of yellow room, that would cause anxiety because it's kind of too much stimulation. So I think it's to do with the like exposure as much as the color itself. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I found it very interesting to see that your interest in optimism and the colors, that it came from an early age, that in early childhood.
Yeah.
And I see the work you are doing now, it also gives me a little bit of feeling of returning to my childhood, and maybe that is the thing that makes you happy. I don't know, that you have you design a world of happy children, of happy a stage in life that you don't have to worry too much. I hope most of the people have this experience.
Yeah,
and
yeah, absolutely.
So is that in fact what you are doing? Let us return back to our happy sort of paravisual yeah, sphere
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because I think we all have our inner children inside of us. And I think my inner child is talking to your inner child with these colors and shapes, and but in a bit more grown up way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I love spreading optimism.
Yeah, it really appeals to your inner happy child, because we have several inner childs. We also have our critics and our insecurity child, but we also have our happy child. And I think your art really goes to the happy inner child, and it comes out with all this brightness. It's very nice, and the forms and the shapes. Really loved your presentation.
Thank you.
I was
Diane?
wondering also, yeah, about I have done a study on design and gender. And yeah, I was wondering, because you are using a lot of pastels and purples and rose colors, and most of the people find this more a feminine color scheme. So do you think you also keep the boys in mind, keep the males in mind when you think of that happiness, when you think of that well-being?
Yeah, I don't really do it consciously. It just comes out, and maybe it is the experience from my childhood. You know, it's funny because I do teach color theory at for my university students, but I don't really use color theory in my work.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know what all of you feeling about color theory. I think color theory can be useful when you kind of stuck or don't know where to start. But I think when you have kind of intuitive feeling, you should follow that feeling. And also I think there's client requirement as well. But yeah, I always go for intuition rather than theory.
Yeah, I think one is the follow-up of the first. You first maybe need to learn the theory, and then Picasso had a beautiful saying. It was like, learn the rules like a pro, and then let them go like an artist. And I think it's also about color theory, that you need to know what is color, but then you can let it go, because then you start designing or creating out of intuition, but you know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I totally agree.
I
love Diane's question. Did you ever research the opposite color of pessimism?
Yeah.
Pessimist. I haven't, but I should. I really should. I should get into that and study the opposite. Thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah. Well, it's a good idea. There's always coming something out of these color talks, isn't it? It's great.
I will put my ITV project in the chat.
There was another question from
yeah, difficult name for us to pronounce.
Changying.
Changying, yeah.
Do you feel some don't work color theory, or how do you use? Yeah, definitely. Something like some color combination with the complementary colors. I think sometimes feel dated, but I think you can probably remedy that by choosing slightly different hues or tones. But I do feel that some some color theory combination might be dated. Faraz says, does the color selection for a design is creativity or science? Can we learn color selection, or it's more inherent? Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, if we carry on the theme of the quote, Noam Chomsky said, Noam Chomsky is arguably one of the most intelligent person of our time, but he said inspiration is still a mystery. So I think creativity, color choice, whether it's creativity, science, or something else, I think it's a mystery, and I love some sense of mystery and leaving room for magic. So yeah, I'll leave it with that.
All right.
Lots of questions. Yeah.
I have one last, put it in the chat. Just have a look.
Yes. Oh, I love the patterns and colors. Did you design this myself? No, this is Marimekko.
Ah, okay. I really liked it. I thought, oh,
Right. Yeah. There is a
European
resemblance with the designs of Marimekko and yours.
yes, there is.
Also the sort of simplicity, same pureness in shape and color. Yeah.
I'd love to do fashion design though. So thank you. Please do stay in touch. I am Mamimu Tokyo everywhere on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is June Mineyama Smithson. So do stay in touch. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll stop sharing.